Hello. It's a rainy, overcast day here, but you know what? It's just the right temperature and it feels like the first change of autumn is in the air. That's not the only kind of change I'm feeling though. Good day. My name is Jeffrey, and Onpassive is racking up some serious energy as we anticipate the soft launch. This video is going to serve to outline why Onpassive is emerging and what we can possibly expect in the next 3 months. It's no secret that we're living in a time of extremes that are all about old consciousness no longer being able to endure and a future consciousness that's transforming our planet and humanity. The old consciousness is driven by survival emotions like hatred and violence and competition and prejudice and anger, fear, suffering, pain, that sort of thing. And in many instances, these emotions have us all believing that we're separate from one another. But that's simply not the case. However, the illusion of this separateness creates a lot of undue stress for us, and it actually does divide us as individuals, communities, societies, and even countries. Life, as we know it, is being threatened by a sometimes thoughtless, greedy, and careless activity. Activity that is disrespectful to us and to the planet. Now, logically, this type of consciousness is not sustainable. One of the strongest indicators of this is how everything is moving toward extreme polarities. We're experiencing this through many of our own political or economic, religious, cultural, educational, medical, and even environmental systems, or components at least, being regulated to chaos as old-fashioned paradigms collapse. Nowhere is this more readily seen than in journalism. The whole fake news thing is so rampant that we don't know who or what to believe anymore. But in this age of information, there's one thing that I do know. What we're seeing is the result of those things that aren't in alignment with the evolution of the new consciousness being systematically dismantled and reformed. If you're not personally aware of the increase in energy and frequency, or in more contemporary terms, the increase of anxiety and tension, of passionate views as it were, then you may not even know about your own interconnectedness to it or to humanity. It seems disturbances in our political, social, economic, and even personal environments are happening a lot more often. Depending on how you feel about that, it could be an exciting time as indicators of awakening minds are bubbling up. Or it could be a stressful, anxious time as we try to make sense of it all. Regardless, the old is being replaced by the new, and in all cases is leading to the rise of a more functional model. It's how we evolve. And this is exactly why Onpassive has emerged. It is that more functional model. Radical in its inception, it is the purposeful part of the expanding consciousness specifically serving to replace the current model for global online business, education, and communication. Now that you know the purpose for our emergence, let me share what I think we can expect during the rest of this year. But let me put out a disclaimer here. I'm not discussing the actual components or figures of the Onpassive funding structure. What I'm saying is designed to give us an idea of what we can expect. And in any case, the real thing, it's going to be a whole lot better than anything I say here. So, in very short fashion, the Onpassive model kind of works like this. Under the Total Internet Solution, which is our TIS, Onpassive's technology drives the development and automation of the tools and services. The tools and traffic provide growth through subscriptions that fund operations and create profit for Onpassive. A portion of these profits provide residual income for our resellers. Now, Onpassive is going to run a soft launch very soon, any day now, for testing purposes before we actually open to the public. That public opening is scheduled for 2020. And it's my personal opinion that the soft launch is going to start between September 30th and October 4th. But it really shouldn't be starting any later than the last week in October so that it can run with a 60-day timeline. This means, again, my personal opinion, the public launch of Onpassive is going to occur in the late part of December 2020. And these time frames allow the necessary time to complete the testing while keeping with the testing duration and the 2020 launch expectations. So, the length of testing is because Onpassive is very thorough. There are 4 types of digital transformation things that we actually focus on. The business process, the business model, a domain, and cultural organizational types. Most corporations focus mainly on the digital transformation types concerning process and organization. But Onpassive is not most corporations. It is a brand new model for a brand new time. Consequently, the soft launch is a tool that's going to allow testing the model's capability of digital marketing and money flow parts of the platform in nearly every culture on the globe while keeping an eye on all four types. To that end, the money flow testing will provide validation of the viability of the system's funding structure, with its success providing proof bonuses to members during that test. And testing the marketing software will validate system tools associated with automated marketing, with its success gauged by the number of opt-ins joining GoFounders. In other words, the number of new members brought in as a result of the marketing. If, during testing, we experience hiccups, faults, anomalies, or outright crashes, we simply stop, put a fix in place, and move on. We continue the cycle until the system runs smoothly and efficiently. We are expecting to run this campaign for 60 to 90 days. It could be less. It could be more. Once that's done, though, we expect Onpassive to open to the public. But let's be real. Our massive growth set us back a minute, as did COVID-19. And we are not fortune tellers, so we can't predict the future. We can only predict our business. In other words, we know our system works and it's predictable by the numbers. So, barring any unforeseen calamities, conflicts, or pandemics, we're going to launch this year. And once we do, everybody, all the members, are going to start in the free 7-day trial. The trial period is for the account holder to look around and test drive all the tools, products, services, etc. that are available. During this free period, the account holder is going to be able to see the positions being filled and commissions accruing, but they're not going to have access to them yet. Anytime during the free period, the account holder has an option to move into a subscription by paying a one-time out-of-pocket cost of $25. Doing this opens access to the products, the members from sales, the commissions, and everything. So, since the trial period is going to generate more than the $25 needed to move into the first subscription, the account holder is going to immediately recover the out-of-pocket costs and go into that subscription with full access to it at a profit. Each subsequent level is also going to be able to pay more than it costs. In this way, we can set our account to automatically advance as earnings increase and memberships increase sufficiently to satisfy the cost of the next level. By doing it this way, there is no additional out-of-pocket costs. However, if we choose, we can pay out of pocket to advance faster, but we certainly don't need to. Listen, that's it for this short video, and I want to thank you so much for listening. It was actually created to answer some questions that I had online from somebody from the YouTube channel. But let me tell you something. This opportunity to be a founder with Onpassive is as risk-free as you're ever going to get. So go ahead, be the entrepreneur. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because it talks about being willing to take even a tiny risk. It's $97 right now to join, but I certainly expect that price to be gone by the end of the month. Well, I know it's going to be gone as soon as we launch the soft launch. So anyway, if somebody invited you, get back with them, join that team. I know they would appreciate that. But if nobody has, then I would certainly like to have you on my team. Just click the link in the description box below, snag a spot, and expect to live large. Whatever you decide to do, I wish only blessings and blessings for you and your family.